You were so confused. Was this today? Or like you clipped? Hell yeah, thank you. Well, I mean, I'm just gonna highlight the whole VOD, but appreciate you. Thanks for the clips. Long time ago. Okay. I thought you meant like today in this version. You wish you had more control over the appearance? See, that's very difficult. Because, and like Tarn has talked about this a couple of times, appearance is directly tied to, like, the local population around you. So actually, like, directly just customizing a character's appearance is quite difficult. I have a lot of comments to go through. Okay, a lot. I think let's just do another Dwarven Adventurer. Let's kit them out with the goal of finding a place to settle in a fortress tomorrow. Let's do that. Four adventurers. Only 4. That would certainly make history, getting beaten to death while playing a song. I tried! I did. Also, we've played 4 adventurers. We haven't even finished springtime yet in this world. We started on the 1st of Granite 301 in this world at the beginning of today. We just made it through spring. Who already exists in a fort. If you have a fort in that world... So, Putnam was saying that she was checking the code earlier and that you can't start in a fortress that's gone deeper than Cavern Layer 1. I'm assuming that would also count for player-made forts, correct? Demigod Chinchilla Man. I'm just gonna play well, Demigod gods are these, and they're not available right now. I'm just going to play as a dwarf this time. Player fortresses are never allowed? Okay, so yeah, no, you'd have to start in a nearby fortress. I do not recommend you play Ordinary, period, because currently Ordinary has absolutely no sense of direction and no compasses. So if you want to know where you're going, don't play Ordinary. If you're a new player, I would recommend you play either a dwarf or or a goblin. If you play as a goblin, you don't need to eat or drink. All my dwarven friends were ignoring you? Oh, that's sad. It's just like real life. First time in adventure mode, you were unable to find your way out of a large house. Sounds like you started in a dwarven fortress. Let's start off as a dwarf. The Crypt of Beaches. Let's start somewhere completely different at the other end of the world. Because okay, so there is an area down here, right? In this area is a dwarven civilization that is completely destroyed. Like, completely destroyed. There is a necromancer tower in there. I would like to go on an expedition, if you will. Oh shit, this one actually has a settlement down there. We're gonna start up here as part of the Work of Spray, that's a terrible name, and go down to this dwarven hillocks. I think we're gonna start up here, adventure down to this hillocks, and then up and over into here and see if we can gather some artifacts from that destroyed civilization. That would be fun. I don't necessarily need to start as part of that the spray whatevers, though. I just want to head down towards that hillocks. The Iron of Power is still a really good name. Oh. I would actually like to have a god this time, however. I could start as a... Yeah, screw it. Let's stick with the Iron of Power for one more round. Start off in Fair Tools. We haven't started in Fair Tools yet. Gulf Roughness, Maligned Reeve, Bristle Girders. Let's start off in Fair Tools all the way up here. Literally the only thing I use DF hack for is quick save at this point. Just an FYI. I mean, we should of course go back to the classic Urist. Urist. Tour. Walk. Urist Tour Walk. Maybe Urist. Urist Landwalk. A long-distance traveler. Can you be a snatcher and throw small creatures in sacks? I've never tried picking up a small creature, but I know you can search for them. Okay, actually, hold on. What's our background? Occupation and beliefs. Our background currently is a wood burner. Thinking we be a ranger. I'm kind of perplexed as to why I literally haven't been able to get anybody with a belief yet. It's really odd. Ordinary just means that you're not part of a faction, so you have no culture. Ordinary is not a playstyle that I personally would want to do unless I had to because Chad made me. I'll put it that way. Ordinary just means you have no direction whatsoever, if you want that. You noticed that the game stopped letting you do most things when you tried to pick bash doors. Yes, known bug. You also noticed that the speed was on the bottom row of the screen then. Interesting. Yeah, no, the speed is currently hidden. Speed only pops up, or is currently, like, impossible to tell how fast you're going unless you have other creatures around you. So if they're taking way more turns, then clearly their speed is better than yours. Willpower affects fighter, crutchwalker, swimmer. Focus is ambusher, archer, observer. Well, we could take... Okay, because I'm kind of thinking about going Mark's Dwarf, because I haven't really done anything ranged. What if we take a couple points in focus? And then one down here in kinesthetic sense. And one here in musicality, in case we want to sing some songs. For skills, I'm going to take 1 point in riding. 3, 4, 5 points in fighting. Competent Mark's Dwarf. 1 point in throwing. 2 points in throwing, maybe. 1 point in wrestling. You know what? Screw the wrestling. Say dodging instead. Let's take 1 point in reading. 2 in negotiating. That's dancing, not negotiating. 2 in negotiating. 1 in 2 in intimidating. Also have competent animal training. I'm really curious if that's actually usable in a way that I would imagine. Let's take a point in flattery. I don't have enough for a point in comedian. I'm gonna go turn my plant lights off. Hold on. Do not, Chad, do you want to inform Elfie as to what happened to the Toadman? If you're very fast, you can just combo somebody to death? Allegedly, theoretically, but you can't really go faster. I mean, like, you can sprint really fast in a straight line and then, like, pile drive somebody into the ground, but muscular rats happen. I sang the wrong song and we were beaten to death by an army of bandits. So Urist Landwalk, boy dwarf, has a very long beard, very long sideburns, which are braided, very long mustache, which is neatly combed. His hair is clean shaven, and he has a slightly hooked, short nose. His nose is extraordinarily broad. His protruding archer eyes, his protruding archer eyes have large irises, and his somewhat narrow, tall ears have nearly fused lobes. Correct. Yes. Oh God, indeed. Turns out people who can boo an artist barely enough to clip them. Yeah. Yeah, we literally walked outside. I started singing. The bandit group were like, awesome music. I stopped singing and started singing a new song, and then they beat me to death. Literally, that was what that adventurer did. His pink skin is wrinkled, and his hair is burnt umber with a touch of gray. I've got a moderate need to admire art, be with family, friends, and self-examination. How do you fulfill that need? Looking at yourself? I doubt it, but personally deeply values introspection, sees war as a useful means to an end, respects the development of a skill, values decorum, dignity, and proper behavior, dreams of raising a family, and okay, that I need to change. Great work of art, raising a family, masterwork someday. Oops, I just completely changed that. Well, let's go with mastering a skill then. Rarely ever has strong cravings or urges. I would like to... I mean... Oh man, I should have gone with the acquire object. There we go. Because acquire object is kind of what we're going to be doing. Practice a skill, sure. Be with friends, family. Admire art. Stay occupied. Accepts favors without feeling a sense of obligation. Preferring to act as the current situation demands. Is rarely jealous. And is very greedy and is stingy with resources when working on projects. He refuses to expend any extra effort and can occasionally lose focus on the matter at hand. Could be considered rude, has a sense of duty, does not often feel lustful, prefers to present himself modestly, and tends to not reveal personal information. He lives a fast-paced life and does not have a great aesthetic sensitivity. Is conflicted by this. He values artwork in his creation. Often is nervous and tends to think before acting. And doesn't seek out excitement. Cheers, Gazoom! It depends on if they decide to bring rocks or tomatoes to throw at the artist, I guess. It's salty. Started your first adventure and took up this mission to kill a blind cave ogre. Managed to get to the tile on the map where it's supposed to live, but you can't find the entrance. Are you missing anything? It's probably stealthed or potentially underground. Try moving just outside of the area and waiting. Because it's not necessarily there right now. There currently is no translations for Dwarf Fortress, and it's pretty far off. Yep, accurate elfing. All right, let's try this. Copper bolts, copper crossbow. I'm gonna bring a bronze crossbow for a slightly nicer one. We're actually gonna jump ahead to mounts and pets. Because I'm kind of tempted to just take an elephant, but that would be like all my points. So I'm not going to take an elephant, even though elephants are great. Thinking just like a normal Ooh, buffalo could be fun. A pack-a-flow? A horse could also be good. Can you ride llamas? Yesterday, before this version was public, Vukruk, I killed a bandit gang and then became the leader of assumed the role as leader of that bandit gang, and then proceeded to get the ever-living crap kicked out of me by, sorry, not the other, I proceeded to get the crap kicked out of me by one of the bandits, but managed to beat them into submission enough that I convinced them to join me. And they agreed to join me, and then proceeded to just spit on me repeatedly and curse at me constantly, which is still very funny to me. How goes the adventure mode? It's been an adventure so far. It's very much a beta. Very, very, very much a beta. But it's been an adventure so far, and I would say a positive one. I think chat's enjoying the adventure thus far. It's been an adventure. Naturally, yes. Chat, very important question. This is for both chat rooms. This is a vote. Horse or alpaca? All right, we will bring a lady alpaca. And, let's hit random a couple times until I see one that's funny. Raoul Meat Bolt. Bolt Meat Raoul. Let's call you Raoul Meat Bolt, the animal of... Oh, man, I wanted to call you the animal of hauling. Moving? No. Carnage? No. Stuff. Damn it. The animal of hugs. I mean... Trade? That could work. The animal of trade, we could go with that. Raoul Meatbolt. The animal of trade is loot. Ooh, the animal of loot. I like that. The alpaca of carnage. The floof. Actually, can I name you the fluff? I mean, I could call it the fur. Fury. I could call it the Beast of Loot. The Beast of Loot sounds kind of like a Risk of Rain mini boss, you know? Call it hauling ass. Uh-huh. Only if it's hauling ass, but also an ass. So hauling ass would be a donkey with a cage with a donkey in it. Would be hauling ass. Would be an ass hauling an ass. Yeah. And then if you throw it into a pit, then that would just be an asshole, right? Alpacalypse. Mm-hmm. I'm gonna go with the Beast of Loot. So Raoul Meatbolt, the Beast of Loot, is my alpaca. And we are Urist Landwalk. Urist Landwalk does have extra equipment points. So I'm actually going to grab a helm. Say a copper helm. I'm going to grab some gauntlets. Take 2 bronze gauntlets. Means I can get rid of these gloves. Let's say, can I bring a cape? Aw. Let's say... Footwear. Let's bring some wombat leather high boots. Let's bring those. Let's nuke these shoes, nice and cheap. Let's bring a copper mail shirt. Get rid of that tunic. Let's bring a... I feel like a green devourer leather robe would look really cool. So let's go with a giant wolf leather robe because that just sounds way too cool to not take, and the rest is going to be spent on food. What happened to the last run? Well, We apparently picked the wrong town to start in. Walked outside, and there was a group of bandits. I started singing a song, and the bandits surrounded us, and I was like, oh, hey, maybe I can convince them to join me. And then they beat the ever-living shit out of me, and I died. It was horrible. Absolutely horrifying. It was kind of hysterical, though, being honest. Bring some bug bat meat. Let's bring llama meat. Let's say the heart of a lion so I can gain its power. Why is heart of a lion so expensive? I realize it costs an entire lion to kill, but let's bring some yak meat, American meat. I got 18 points left. Some rest in peace, Toadman. Some worm meat because that's disgusting. Some flesh ball meat because who doesn't like meatballs? And that's our food. No, the lion's definitely still alive. Thanks again for reposting the clip. All right, so we aren't lying about it, but we are, in fact, going to have to put all of this stuff on my pack mule because I'm going to start off over encumbered. So we are ready for adventure. We are starting here. Our goal is to travel all the way south and then east over the mountain to explore into the good valley that a necromancer destroyed. Because there was a dwarven faction that was visible on the map at the very beginning, which is no longer on the map. And sometime in the first, 100 years of history was completely destroyed, and we're going to try and find that. We're going to head down there and adventure around there. You're ready? You finally got your equipment together, such as it is. It's time for action and adventure. In the rush of excitement, you've forgotten where you're going to go. Perhaps some of your friends here can remind you. So I am very encumbered right now, based on how slowly I'm moving. I'm going to place an item. Specifically, we're going to start putting meats. Because water is very easy to acquire. Wait, Chat, we've got a big problem. Llamas are not pack mules. Great. I thought they were. Or rather, not llamas. Alpacas are not pack mules. I thought that they were. Pretty sure there was literally just... no. So, if you press R on the keyboard, you can remove stuff from your backpack. When you've removed a weapon from your backpack, if you press Q, or this button, not that button, this button? No. It's one of these buttons. This button? No. This one. Puts your weapon away. So they strap it to your back. Well, that sucks. I mean, that's my own fault. I thought that they were. So because this isn't a pack mule, my initial plan is kind of screwy. There's some fighting going on here. We should go pick a side. Oh, it might actually have been happening down there. No room for mercy in this world. The stonecarver says, they're telling jokes and also punching each other. Okay, well, that's interesting. Oh, there they are. Goblin weaponsmith. Trouble breathing. What were you fighting with just now? Goblin sweat. Okay. You're impatient and animated. Skip the greeting. How fragile we are. Begone fear. I mean... Well, let's see. We've got beasts. I thought that you were literally just attacked, dude. Alpaca can't carry my stuff. Yeah, which means it's going to be really difficult to go about completing my goal. It's not the menu I wanted to be in. Well, I'm glad today was good. You have a good evening, Cyberroar. I mean, I kind of wanted to see who they were fighting so I could, like, pick sides, but... What I need to do is I need to go find a place that has multiple animals. There's the mayor. I think this faction is rapidly being taken over by goblins, because there's just, like, goblins everywhere. What's close by? Kind of hoping that there would be some elves or something. Dwarven hillocks. Just a bunch of dwarven hillocks. And there's the dwarven mountain halls over there. There's Raise My Foal. Hair Chambers, which was a fortress which was destroyed. Can I ride it? Nope. Sorry, I thought I said that out loud, but I can't ride it and I can't use it as a pack mule. I don't really want to start a new adventurer, but... So what I guess I'm going to do, because I can't do what I wanted to do with this alpaca. I'm going to see if I can figure out how to tell it to stay here, basically. Because I know I can do that. You ready to learn, alpaca? Continue the conversation. In the site for here. Can I tell animals to stay somewhere? Had a crash throwing something? That sucks. You should save a lot. There is no auto-saving in adventure mode. You can't currently. You guess based on the speed of the other things moving. The game is supposed to have an indicator, but it's not currently something that exists in the UI. Because is beta, big beta. Demand the... Okay, actually, hold on. I don't know if this works. Wait here. Oh my god, it works. Oh, okay, we're going off on an adventure. Telling our alpaca to wait behind us. Two-handed weapon and iron pike. You could probably grab the crash log. Because it should be the most recent crash log. Linux is known to be very crashy for adventure mode right now. Tarn even mentioned it during the press hearing. Is that what it is, Putnam? Yeah, Putnam earlier was saying that they have a fix, but it's would break Windows. So it's one of the other crashes currently. So if you get the crashes, grab your crash logs, send in the crash reports. Gonna be food soon? Yeah, it's gonna get butchered because it's gonna be an extra one, right? Okay, so the area that I'm heading to is far south of this. I think we're gonna head towards this human hillocks after we hit Cell Peak. That one. So we're gonna go to Gorge Puzzle first. And as we head out on our brand new adventurer, our adventurer here decides to sing a song. They're going to perform The Birth of Line. You begin the musical composition, The Birth of Line. I sing sloppily. Very sloppily. You enter the theme and a series of variations on the theme. You enter the coda. I don't think I can move while I'm performing, can I? Yeah, no, that cancels it. So, I'm now a dabbling singer. Very basic level of singing. But fortunately, we can do this pretty quickly. Sing sloppily. We conclude the performance. There we go. Every day, we are going to sing that song once. Between hero and ordinary. One, you have a compass, like the one up in the top left. The other one, you don't. So I would recommend playing as a hero so that you have a compass. Did I throw any skills into swimming? What? The alligator misses me. I don't think I should try swimming in this. There is actually just straight up an alligator in there. I'm going to back up real quick. Okay, hello, you. View the alligator. Can I jump away from you? I am carrying a large amount of meat. I will say that. Do not alter actions. Pull out my crossbow. And I am going to target this alligator with my crossbow. And then, because I'm over encumbered, I dodge it a billion times. I did hit it in the spleen. And I jump away and dodge a bunch of attacks. Okay, so remember how earlier I said that I'm over encumbered? Well, it's because I'm over encumbered. There's nothing to hold. I can't really. Like, if I were to try and climb a tree, it would get to me first. Well, I missed with that bolt, and then dodge it a billion times. It does bite me in the right foot, which bruises the muscle, but then misses me a whole bunch. Can I kick it, maybe? Do I have any attacks of opportunity? There's one down here on its third right toe. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm just going to drop some stuff. Because I don't think dropping things actually takes turns. Okay. Now that I've dropped a bunch of meat, I'm going to try jumping up here. And I'm going to fire another bolt at it. Oh my gosh. Flying copper bolt strikes it in the left rear leg, tearing the muscle and bruising the bone. An artery has been opened by the attack, and it missed me a bunch. Old apple tree trunk. Okay, let's try this again. Old apple tree. Okay, I'm not going to try climbing that. That's not going to work. Okay, let's see. I could hit it in the upper body fairly square. I'm going to punch it. My right hand. Which actually bruises it. I'm going to jump backwards. Fire another bolt, which I think missed, actually. No, it didn't. It did tear the muscle in the spleen. How's it doing? It's healthy. Well, that sucks. It has trouble breathing right now. Let's see if we can run. Movement options. Sprint. I'm just dodging. Okay. I'm gonna grab these coins. Just one of them. And I'm going to throw this stack of coins at it. Which I missed. I'm going to fire a bolt. Which actually did hit it. Let's fire again. Which actually hits it in the right lower leg, tearing the muscle. Man. I think I can just walk away from this thing. See, I use the compass pretty consistently, so... I'm in an ad break right now, so I will wait. Throwing money at the problem? I mean, it's not good for anything else. Shutterbug, they're sluggish? Yeah, they're certainly sluggish, but, like, they're playable. But that is the main difference, right? If, like, this computer... A human city, I can walk across it, no problem. Like, yeah, I'd say the game moves at like a fifth of the speed, but it's totally fine, right? Whereas a human city on version 47 runs at like frames per minute. So it goes to FPM instead of FPS. So yeah, no, it's definitely sluggish, but like it's absolutely playable, which is great. Fraga, by the way, hello. Great stream. I hope you have all have fun in adventure mode and find food for your adventures. Yeah, there you go. Seconds per frame. Sure. I have never been to a Panera Bread in my life. Just adding something to the YouTube babble over there. Oh, with 100+ berries? Well, that answers your question. I mean, they're not sluggish. You're sluggish. You're the sluggish one here. I really want to kill this alligator. I see this as a decent opportunity to train. No. Okay, well, I missed. Okay. I don't actually think that hit. Come on. There we go. Is it even injured? Not even bleeding. Well, it can't stand, so it's just like slopping towards me. Fracturing the skull. Okay, well, we fractured its skull now. Just gonna keep shooting. Kind of wish that like double clicking would do it. I mean, pressing A works. View the alligator, still healthy. Well, if I wait a turn, and wait a few more turns, because it literally, can't walk. I can kick it in the head. I bruised it. I've got a opportunity hit to bash it with my crossbow. I bash the alligator in the first right foot with your bronze crossbow and the injured part is crushed. Well, that's good. Do I have any other attacks of opportunity? I could bash it with my crossbow, which seems very not great. There is no, like, limb aiming with ranged weapons. And hit it in the head if I scratch it. Okay, so I scratched it in the head, which tore the neck. Okay, we might have to go back to where we just came from and, like, try and see if I can scrounge up a better weapon. I'm gonna kick it. I'm just gonna kick this thing. What I'm gonna do. Oh, hold on. I can scratch it in the leg. Opportunity hit. Punch it. Which crushed something. I don't want to just keep hitting it in the toes. I don't care if it's, like, effective. I'm gonna kick it in the head. Yes, I am crushing small bits. Well, it's stunned. I'm gonna just walk over here. Hold on. Are there any bolts around? I'm gonna grab these coins. And throw these coins. as I continue to, like, not and instead fire bolts. There you go. Gotta say, these bolts, not very good. Not very good at all. What happens if you throw meat at it? It doesn't do much damage. No, let's just bump attack at this point. Just mashing it to death with my crossbow. This is what you get for attacking me. Okay. Can I get my copper bolts back? I can get some of them back, certainly. Grab peat or grab a branch.
Bring out your dead!
I think I'll just grab 2 of you, grab you, and grab 2 of you. All right. I'm probably still over encumbered, but that's fine. Where is the... We're going to go to Bell Blows, which is not too far. With a free hand? Oh, I probably could have strangled it. I think once it got to the point where it just needed a beating to death, it was just easier to auto-attack it. Uh-oh, I feel uneasy. That means we're about to get attacked. Am I currently sprinting still? Okay. I am looking around. I don't see anything. Let's move to movement speed. We're still in sprint. I'm going to... perform music. Birth of line, we're going to sing. Where is the thing that was making me feel uneasy? Apparently I'm singing well. We conclude our performance. Oh. Well, that answers the question of what was making me feel uneasy. It's a group of wolves. I'm going to run. Call me Sir Robin, because I gotta bravely run away from this shit. Also, if you're sprinting, you can jump further. You just dismounted a horse and in the heart of a goblin pit, and he's massacring everything. Horses are brutal, man. Do not underestimate horses. They will just, like, two-shot your enemies for you. It's phenomenal. Also good to hear, Tomfool. See if I can fast travel again. I can. Okay. So I think that might be the first site that we could attempt to visit. That is Syrup Earthen, not where I was headed. Sling Shell or Bell Blows is where I was heading to. I'd rather go to Bell Blows. Is that where I am now? Yes, okay, so directly west. Here, right there. That's the Dwarven Fortress that I'm headed to. Because I need something. Oh, actually, we should save. I need better ammunition, number 1. Start singing and run away. Wolves hunted packs arisen. I assume that that's a Dragon's Dogma thing. In your fort, you ran out of pigtail seeds. How do you get more? You have to harvest more. Or do you have pigtail plants in your fortress? If you do, you could brew those pigtails. That would get you seeds. Or you can turn the pigtail plants into pigtail thread at a farmer's shop by processing plants. And then that thread can then... Well, and then the remainder of those locations will gain seeds. Or the remainder of the plants will become seeds. That sentence works, I think. Just don't cook them, yeah. Cooking destroys seeds, nothing else does. Although sometimes you do want to destroy things seeds because you realize suddenly that you have 500 of one type of seed. And you're like, I don't need all these. I'm not even eating these. Okay, so let's eat a piece of worm meat and drink some water. I was getting thirsty. And if I'm playing too fast and you want me to slow down, Chad, just holler. Because I find with games like this, I very quickly pick up speed. Following a little road. Hello, Dwarf. The monk. A lot of monks. There's always a lot of traveling monks in fortresses. Holy crap, the population. Oh, I should slow down. Sprinting. Yeah, I'm tired. You have a bunch of pigtails, I'll brew them and refill your stocks. Yeah, there you go. Often, I think people run out of seeds, not realizing that the reason they're out of seeds is because they grew all of them and they have plants that need to be processed in the next step of crafting, right? Oh, that's interesting. Why is this patch of road? So this is like rock block floor and then nether cap? Huh. It's literally just playing in a playlist because adventure mode music just kind of stops after a bit. Thanks fighting up there. For training up argument skills, I wouldn't disagree with that. It seems like they're having some pit matches over here. Hey, Chad, who do you think wins? The broad-chinned monk or the low eyebrows monk? The broad-chinned monk punches the low eyebrows monk in the right lower leg with his left hand, bruising the muscle through the cave spider silk trousers. I'm going to try and distract them. I'm going to begin performing music. The birth of the lute, the line, and we are going to sing. So we begin singing while they continue fighting, I assume. I wonder if this button's supposed to be clickable, because it certainly isn't. Uh-oh. Oh, I see what. It just takes a while. Because of all of the zone lag. Acting like a pack of a pack of goblins, yes. This certainly feels laggy, just singing randomly. Yeah, it's spin thread, and then looms will automatically convert them into clothing. I'm just going to stop performing because this feels buggy. There we go. Or laggy, maybe is actually the better way of putting that. Well, they're both just lying on the ground. This one feels satisfied after realizing the value of introspection. How about you? You're afraid after experiencing trauma. I'm going to greet this listener for the monk. And they say, hello, I am Lycott, Tome Anvil's servant of Earth greets you. So they were what? Satisfied after realizing the value of introspection? I'm going to state my values, the nuances of introspection. I say, some time spent on reflection is admirable, but you must not forget to live your life. And they say, ignoring that, I don't quite concur. I am so nearly swayed by your greatness alone that we can simply assign you the victory. I'm going to continue this conversation. I'm going to press the argument. And then I say, some time spent in reflection is admirable. And they say, you should keep your weird thoughts to yourself. This is how I feel whenever somebody starts adding me on Twitter. Genuine statement. I'm going to press the argument. And I say the same thing. And they say, that's wrong. It is important to discover yourself. And I'm going to actually acquiesce. I'm going to change my values. And I say, maybe you're right. And they say, I got into an argument with Urist. It makes me bitter. So then I'm going to then ask them about where, not ask them to join me. And ask how the listener is feeling. I am awoken to the value of introspection, and that was satisfying. Awoken to the value of introspection. I'm going to state my value of the nuances of eloquence. And they say, there is a time for artful speech and a time for blunt speech as well. Genuinely confused by what, Putnam? The process plants jobs, or are we talking about something else? Trust me, the goblins seem to be getting along just fine, but there's lots of goblins and dwarven civs in this world that just punch each other, which is quite funny. I'm going to go to emotions. I'm going to state a minor feeling of bitterness after getting into an argument. I say, I got into an argument with you, and it makes me bitter. And they say, I must take my leave. I'm going to impatiently say goodbye. What's the name of this person? Lycott Melville Zuntier. Okay, I'm going to go speak with this person, this monk. I greet the listener, and they say, hello, I'm Nish. Praise be to Keshes. And, wait, hold on. Just going to say goodbye to them. The other one. So, that guy over here, Lycott. I'm going to, rumor. What was your last name? Toemanvils, Lycott Toemanvils. I was wondering if I was hoping I could, monk, maybe? Well, I killed an alligator, apparently. Apparently a raven attacked the alligator. I'm going to talk about the Iron of Power's reclamation of fair tools. And they say it is inevitable. I was going to try and spread a rumor about that guy, but it's not letting me. They say it's inevitable, and I will... They say... We reclaimed it on behalf of the Iron of Power. I'm going to state that it is for the best. You want me to save the game? I can do that. And then we're going to change the subject. I don't really want them to join me. They are impatient. I'm going to make a flattering remark. They don't like... I've never actually, like, had any luck with flattery. I'm going to claim you are a night creature, and they say, calm yourself, and I will, fine, calm myself. Agitated, impatient. Never tried to, like, make somebody angry enough to actually attack me. I'm pretty sure I just saved, but we'll save again. I will say this, wrestling is extraordinarily dangerous if you're not good at it. Like, if your character isn't good at it and you don't know the process, it is extraordinarily dangerous to just try wrestling. Having been in a few situations over the years in adventure mode where I've tried wrestling, wrestling is extremely, extremely dangerous. Your eyes hurts? Look into the colors. See if you can change the colors, because honestly, I find that the harshness of ASCII Vanilla isn't so much the visuals, it's the color selection. So if you look into the color choices, that might make things less harsh. But yeah, it's mostly just something that you need to get used to, more than anything. Just to like shout outs to the YouTube people. The YouTube stream today has gotten 17,000 views. Which, actually, sorry, 18,000 views. It just refreshed. That is the most, previously the most views I'd ever gotten on a YouTube stream was, about 3,000. So, yeah, holy cow indeed. It's a couple views, guys. Yeah, no kidding, nobody important. Mostly I feel like nobody important, but I'd be lying if having this as a job didn't inflate your ego a little bit, which is scary and probably the thing I dislike the most about this job. This is a slow-moving fort, let me tell you. It's a little temple there. Dwarf walking by, that's fine. Horse, 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 don't move. Be friend, don't walk away from me too quickly. Ha! I have acquired pony, excellent. Start new conversation with the horse. I'm gonna greet the listener. Greetings, my name is Urist Landwalk. And, I'm gonna give you a name. Chat, what do I name my pony? Wrestling is grab throat, miss, get stabbed repeatedly in the gut, punched in the head, knocked out, stunned, and die. But maybe, sure, it is possible you could choke them and win. Abbey Queen? Kumil Abbey. Wait, actually, hold on a second. I was very curious if I could name something Quake Arena, but I can't. Ironhoof? Name it Alpaca. Actually, hold on. The Can I name it the Mule? I can, in fact, call it Abbey Queen the Pack Mule. Hoofda! What is that, like Hoofda? Newfoot? Ooh. Anyway, I've achieved that goal. We now have a pony. You won't lie, the new graphics really help you enjoy adventure mode more. I'm glad it's helping. I mean, considering how bare bones it currently is, that's great that you're enjoying it. I mean, like, as a tool to play with a rounded fortress mode, it certainly seems to be a solid base. And I just, my biggest hope for, like, this beta is that it develops quickly. That is honestly my biggest hope. Speaking of it, the new graphics and whatnot in adventure mode, chat room, if you guys want to help, send me your forts in the DF save sharing room. Probably not tonight because I have some videos I need to make and I've been taking notes. But if you would like to get your fort, like, you know, explored in adventure mode as the, like, what's the word? Rebuild of the great series community forts. Well, we're doing that. Can they be from older worlds? I mean, I'd prefer more recent stuff. The thing is, I'm not going to be scrolling up in that room and grabbing old stuff. So, the thing is, there's two things, I guess. Two things. I'm going to be more picky about which forts I do in community forts. So, it has to be something that you're real proud of. But I'm not going to restrict what version of the game it's from as long as it's something I can load. If it crashes, I just can't do it. Because I've had, like, if it's got a fuckload of mods in it, it's less likely that I'll play it. Because then I have to find the correct mods from the correct version, and that's, not doing that. Basically, you have to be able to load it. Okay, so let's go with Kumail, Abbey Queen, the Pack Mule. How do you like the sound of that, horse? I'm going to continue the conversation with the horse. I'm going to acquire about the listener's profession, because they look like a mighty warrior indeed, apparently. I'm going to ask the listener to join me. I mean, I've already claimed them, so might as well be polite about this. On adventures. Come join me on adventures, I ask the horse. And then I scroll down with the horse, and I'm going to make a flattering remark. You are amazing. And now I'm saying goodbye, not because I'm actually saying goodbye, but so that I don't accidentally open up that conversation when I'm meaning to speak to somebody else, because the horse is coming with me, very much so. Wait, Pony, come with me. Now that you're next to me, Pony, I'm going to take this and put this on you. Take this and put this on you. I'm going to take this and put the coin. I'm going to take this, put that. There we go. And I don't need these coins. Okay, so now I should be able to move quicker. Let's see if there's any ammunition I can grab from here. Maybe a knife. I could also grab some meat. There's a gremlin leather helm. I don't think that gremlin deserved that. I pick up some meat, and a dwarf says that is terrifying. I'm sure they're not referring to me. Gremlin leather loincloth is offensive to my people, Chad. Why are they farming gremlins here? This is horrifying. I'm going to take those chain leggings, though. Thank you very much. I'm going to wear those chain leggings. I'm going to see what else can we grab here. Going to take this iron breastplate and wear the iron breastplate. And let's grab a short sword. Wrap that to my upper body. Okay. Because there is no need to actually pay for things. I am also moving very slowly right now. Let's wait for my horse to get up near me. Come here, you pony. I'm going to put things I don't need currently onto you. Like this extra meat. That. I'll wear the water skin. Bunch of dwarves chattering. It's very busy in here. Yeah, trading being in properly would be interesting, but that's something that I've never experienced in any version of adventure mode. What is that barrel made out of? Made of gold barrel. Wow, that's like me level schwank. Electrum barrels? Man, come on. Look at these great greedy dwarves. I'm definitely grabbing a big old thing of celebration booze. I'm just gonna walk out here and put the booze on our pack animal. All right, so then we are going to mount, wait a turn for the pony to come over to me. Or not. Maybe horse is super over encumbered. It's certainly possible. Now mount Kumail and start walking out. That doesn't seem like it. Pretty much, yeah. I stole a bunch of food from the food court, and a horse, and you had to put a dog down. You didn't have to put it down. You could have just asked it to stay. Rest in peace. That's unfortunate. Only bring animals with you that you're willing to watch die horrible, horrible, horrible deaths in this game. I've had pets that I've named that have gotten many kills for me in adventure mode before that I've eaten. So, you know, waste not, want not, I suppose. But yeah, that's sad. Okay. Bruh, yeah. G is the pickup button, or the hand icon. Although you might be in an ad, so I will simply respond like this. Yeah, I've heard a number of people talking about that Vuckruck for crashes. But I haven't had that crash. If you get crashes, report the bugs. Like, send them into, in on the Kit Fox Games Discord so that, you know, other people can try it. You wound up falling asleep? Well, hope you slept well. H is, well, technically H is grab onto or hold onto thing. G isn't, well, okay, so let's just jump down. So G is to pick stuff up off the ground or stuff up that's underneath you. So for me, it's pick up stuff from that. It's get. This is pick up stuff, but you have to stand directly on top of it. So if you're right next to it, it won't matter. Found another monk. I'm gonna greet this listener. They say they are Noble Iron Speak. Oh, wow, you must be a very good debater then with a name like Iron Speak. Iron Speak, let's speak with you. I'm going to ask, or no, I'm going to scroll down a little bit. I'm going to express my emotions, the feeling of satisfaction or bitterness after getting into an argument, enjoyment while performing. I tell them that I sang the Birth of Line and I really enjoyed it, and they tell me a joke about a swamp titan and an owl demon. Do I think that the swamp titan and the owl demon is funny? Or do I change the subject and let it brush off? Yeah, H is hold, G is get. True, yeah, okay. But G equal grab is like, nah, because, like, I'm pretty sure, like, that's straight up what this icon says. Climb or hold? Yeah, I don't know. Anyway, whatever. Too Tall, thank you very much for checking out a gift. Greatly appreciate it. Been kind of crossing my fingers that we'd hit 1,000 subs today because we're, like, almost 10 off. Hey, chat, I'll make you a deal. This is a bad deal, which is a win for me. But if we hit 1,000 subscribers again, I will gift out a mug. Swamp Titan, so basically Shrek. No, that's an ogre. Dwarf Fortress does have ogres in them. Which I'm pretty sure are like evil swamps, aren't they? I will change the subject. Instead, I will scroll down to... That's very funny. I really appreciate the gift, Anonymous. That's very amusing. No, there's just normal ogres. Cave ogres are just the ones in the caves. Too Tall Dad Gaming, thank you very much for the Prime subscription. Jay Corvin, thanks for the Prime sub. That's actually the way to do it, is just use your Primes, chat. Remember, Twitch is giving Prime subscriptions the a value shift in June, so use your Primes up until June. And then after that, maybe don't worry about them so much, depending on where you're from. Wicked Grin, thanks for the Prime subscription. Enjoy the ad-free viewing the emotes. I'm going to comment on the weather. He says it's cold. Let's... know why. For some reason, I like this menu and I like this text system, but for some reason, the combination of blue and green texts makes my eyes hurt in a weird way, and I don't quite know why. It's like the harsh white next to the harsh green is kind of like, it's making me see spots after a while. Okay, where's this? I'm looking for express, right? Investigate, interrogate. I want to debate you. Oh, no, values, right? State your values, that's what I'm looking for. State the value of the nuances of decorum. I say, I can see a place for maintaining decorum, but it's exhausting to live that way. And they say, that isn't at all convincing, really. I'm going to press the argument and say the same thing. And they respond with, what do I care how I speak or how I live? Thanks for the $1. Orc dork. Appreciate you. Light blue is the worst for your eyes, if you remember. I mean, it might be this, actually. Because, like, I never had problems with older versions of Adventure Mode for, like, visuals, because I would just customize the colors. Like, I would much prefer this to be, like, slightly different colors. Like, just a paler shades. I don't know. It's just pretty harsh. This is weird. You chose ordinary character, which removed the compass. Yep. I mean, this is a game. The thing is, not all of the difficulties are made up and imaginary in this game, right? The easy difficulty is exactly the same difficulty as the hard difficulty. The only difference is one, you get more starting points, right? So those different options don't actually change the game at all, right? They're not really difficulty options. So I wouldn't recommend playing as a peasant, like, at all. Like, do not be ordinary. Be a hero, because you will have a much easier time. Oh God, full of mummies? How many is full of mummies? You feel like there's a better way to display conversations? The names tend to be long and tend to make, and you had to follow the text. You know, you should look at what the old screen looked like, but yeah, I feel that way about a lot of menus in Dwarf Fortress, where it's like, man, I feel like there's a better way to do this, but I have a hard time being critical of the way they decide to do things, because I just kind of work under the assumption that it's what's possible. But yeah, I have a feeling I'll get used to it too, Isley, as well. Shouldn't chosen hero ordinary be and easy normal hard be swapped? I think calling things easy, normal, and hard in most video games is really silly, because easy doesn't actually make the game easier. I think the difficulty naming is a wee bit pointless. I mean, I understand why it's there, but accidental profoundness. Do not be ordinary. Be a hero, because you will have a much easier time. That is accidentally very profound. Creed, you haven't said the Creed thing yet, because I haven't had any reason to say Creed. But Bonesaw, you should yell about Creed for a second, because I'm being profound accidentally. How do you eat? You understand how I eat, but how the hell do you get some food? So because you can't butcher, because that menu isn't active, the only way to get food right now is literally by stealing it from a location with food. So go to the nearest town, the nearest like city, the nearest mountain home, the nearest dwarven fortress, and steal food. Walk into the tavern and take food, because that is your only way to get food right now. It really sucks, but it's the only option. I'm going to respond passively to this statement. I don't want to argue, and they say, I require a substantive reply. What do I care for how I speak or how I live? I can dismiss their argument. I'm going to argue the nuances. And I say, I don't agree. I can see a place for maintaining decorum, but it is exhausting to live that way. And they say, that is the stupidest statement I've ever heard. My God. What a monk. I can express outrage. Ooh. Agree to drop the argument. Press the argument. Let's express outrage over the dismissal. Thank you very much for the 5 subscriptions, chat, and the $1 in bits. Greatly appreciate you. We're less than 10 away from the 1K, where I will gift out a mug. For a lover of decorum, they sure don't have any. Yeah, true. And I say, you insult me with your derision. Let us move on. And then they tell another joke. What an oddball this. I'm going to reject the joke. Don't waste my time, and they tell another joke. I'm going to change the subject. They're impatient but confident. I'm going to express my emotions of bitterness after getting into an argument. And they say another joke. This person is horrible. I want to stab them in the head with a sword. So I'm going to change the subject and say goodbye. This is definitely on the long end of streams, but yeah, no, this is not that crazy long. What's stopping what? Are spinach leaves actually edible in adventure mode? Because I've never managed to do anything but lick a leaf, regardless of what type of leaf it is. From stabbing them in the head?
I imagine your dwarf just said.
Not much, but I don't really want to do it. You can lick them. There you go. So that doesn't mean they're edible. No, they are not edible. Literally, I'm pretty sure no plants are edible in adventure mode. I know grizzly bears are rideable. Yeah, but that's a fruit. It's an orange. Okay, so we're heading through these two locations. I'm going to go via Bald Lance's the monastery. Oh, it's getting late, actually. I should stop and sleep. I mean, fruit, there are some fruit that are edible, but can you harvest fruit from trees? I should try climbing a peach tree. Let's find out. Wait, what? Hold on a second. I have a question. If the context-sensitive menu looks like I can chop down trees, but I don't think I can. You need an axe held in your hand. I wonder if it's more just a sharp object things. Climb the tree, peach tree, because I'm just curious. Pick plum leaf. Pick peach flower. Okay, so they would need to be they would need to actually have fruit in them then. But no, you wouldn't need to have an axe in your hand, I don't think. Yeah, because they just have flowers right now. There's no actual fruit in them. So I would need to wait until fall, basically. Cut them down. Literally can't do that with a sword, anyway. It has to use the axe skill, and you didn't start with one, so it'll be hard to find it. No, I would need to go get an axe. That's interesting, because the fell tree ability is locked behind this menu. Normally, like, usability, like, lets you just fell trees with an axe. So that's interesting if, like, you can chop down trees without having access to that menu due to the context-sensitive menu. That's interesting. But anyway, let's climb down. Mr. McStabby, thank you very much for the brand new Prime sub. Appreciate you. Bird people can just fly. Bird people always have this stairs available thing here, and they can just fly, basically. Where is that temple at? There it is, just down here. Actually, hold on. I am currently hungry and thirsty, so let's just real quick eat some yak meat. Drink some water. So there's a bunch. Something I really feel needs a visual change is the ability to see rivers instead of just like the bridges. this way. This is a really lush, dense forest. This is a temple here. Appears to be empty. It's a lot of sand. On this sandy square is this alligator statue. That's a fancy statue. Of Irel sly torches. On the item is an image of Irel, sly torches, the dwarf, and dwarves in Tube Agate. Irel sly torches is surrounded by the dwarves. The artwork relates to the ascension of the dwarf Irel sly torches to the position of abbot of the line sect of 295. There's like 40 dwarves to a forgotten beast made of koboldite. Oh boy. Yeah, webs are brutal. You always want to fight web shooters like a layer up or with any kind of ranged weapons if possible. Forest is looking like your forest forts after the elves stop asking you to cut down trees because the squads aren't ready. This is one of these shrines. Ooh, shit, books. Let's just dismount my horse. I can't remember if I took points in reading. Exploring the kobold. Do we understand the dwarf? Elements of civilizations and storage questioned. I'm going to grab a course on vessel somethings. Vessel leaps, which I'm going to read. You read a course on vessel leaps. Written on the item is an essay entitled Course on Vessel Leaps, authored by Endok Unoltekud is actually how you say that. It concerns the visit of the dwarf Endok Solpix to Vessel Leaps in the early autumn of 121. The writing is a monument to concision. Overall, the prose is not awful, but not very good either. Night, Tom. Take care of yourself on the YouTube chat. Well, I'm going to put this onto Kumil. Let's grab an Uncanny Monastery. I'm going to use capital I to just pop this menu up and take a read. It's a 112-page guide entitled Uncanny Monastery. It's not very good. Authored by Endok, same dwarf. It concerns the monastery. Well, I will drop that one. The monastery in the modern era. Bet you it's the same author, chat. I wonder if they've gotten better at writing just yet. Oh, this one's passable. It's thoroughly organized. It is, in fact, the same author, so they're getting better at writing at some point. Master of Boulder Lancers. Unfortunately, you can't. In regards to Forgotten Beasts that are made of minerals. It would be really neat if you could, but... Okay, I think I may have already read that one. Let's drop that one. Storage question. Elements of civilization. Wow. It's a 278-page chronicle entitled Elements of Civilization, authored by Endok. It concerns the irons of power. Overall, the information is compiled very well. The work has 5 chapters. The first chapter covers the performance of the laces of pregnancy held by the Iron Power in Colglove as part of the Turquoise Festival in the midwinter of 88. The second chapter covers a story recital held by the Iron of Power in Colglove as part of the Turquoise Festival in the late winter of 99. The third chapter covers a ceremony held by the Iron of Power in Colglove as part of the Turquoise Festival in the midwinter of 103. The fourth chapter covers a ceremony held by the Iron of Power in Colglove as part of the Turquoise Festival in the early winter of 110. The fifth chapter considers the ceremony held by the Iron of Power in Colglove as part of the Turquoise Festival in the midwinter of 143. That's quite the book. Very satisfied. My dwarf is enjoying this. Actually wondering. Okay, so we are learning these different books. We are a novice reader because of this. I am keeping that one. I'm going to actually grab this one because it doesn't seem that useful. The scroll. Let's see what else we have down here. Elements of civilization. That's on the ground. Storage questioned. Do we understand the dwarf? I don't know. Do we? 30 years of subpar festivals. I mean, hey, there's worse books. Probably still has a better ending than Game of Thrones. The written portion consists of a 10-page essay entitled Do We Understand the Dwarf? It's not very good. Same author. Well, we'll drop that. How about exploring the kobold? At least it's not just another copy of Star Wars as well. Exploring the kobold. Wow, it's another massive chronicle. It's a good source of information. The work has 4 chapters. It covers the rise of the dragon, Torrid Guild, the parched enemy of Polkalgur. So basically, it's a dragon attacking kobolds, then a rock attacking kobolds, then a rock attacking a different rock attacking kobolds, and then the 4th chapter, it's another rocket. So it's 3 different rocks attacking kobolds and a dragon. So it's literally a book about monsters attacking kobolds. I'll keep that one, and let's read storage question. It consists of a 29-page essay entitled Storage Questioned, authored by Endok. It concerns the storing of the Master of Bold Lancers in the lined chapel in Bold Lancers by the dwarf Endok Soulpix in the mid-spring of 171. The writing is a bit stiff, yes, yet reasonably serious. Not awful, but not very good either. Spaceballs 2 will never get made because they could never make a mockery of Star Wars more than the sequels trilogy did. I mean, it also would never get made because that movie wasn't that funny. But you know, we all have bad taste in things. I don't find I like Men in Tights. I don't particularly like Spaceballs. I also like Blazing Saddles, but you know. Blazing Saddles 2 would never get made because Blazing Saddles 1 would never get made in the current year. Put on Kumail. There we go. We'll keep those 2 books. We're gonna mount Kumail and keep moving. Oh, hello, you. Did you just witness me stealing all your books, Mr. Pilgrim? Okay, it's not your books then. I'm gonna greet the listener. They say, hello, I'm Thighcut. Praise boundaries. You know, is this like the god of consent or something? Because they're all like, praise boundaries. Suddenly that's yeah, it's like Google Translate, here we come, Elfie. I was thinking the same thing. Seems fine, I don't know. Suddenly YouTube chats in Russian, basically. Is there a way to see vision cones? I don't think so. I don't think that overlay exists currently. History of the World Part 1 is your go-to. Gotcha. As far as background on this Endok guy goes, if you want to download this world, it's literally right here. I will upload day 2 tomorrow. We'll look up Endok. State my values on... Can't say boundaries? What would boundaries be? I want to argue with this guy. The worthlessness of the values of knowledge. Worthlessness of cunning, artwork, compassion, stoicism, introspection. The worthlessness of tranquility. I don't know. It's a world that I'm playing in. Law or walls? Always respect the law, and he says no doubt. Okay, well, we agree on that. So it must be that. Maybe cooperation. We should all work together. Well, we agree on several things. Ask about services. Do you work here? I don't work here, he says. Okay, so you just happen to be here. Confident. I'm going to inquire about any troubles. We've got a missing treasure. What's the missing treasure? Ask about the missing treasure. The Goblin M, Fatal Ruthlessness, wants Woman Shells the Iron Flail. Oh, I've heard this one before. Return to Sling Cruise. Last I heard, it is held by Medob Domain Metal? I'm curious, where are you? Doesn't know where he is, just deep underground. Where can I find him? And they say, probably on the move or deep underground, but I can't be sure. So, they don't know. I'm going to tell a joke, and they say, don't waste my time. And then I will go all the way down to the bottom here and say goodbye. And then I will perform. I'm going to give him a sermon. I don't believe in anything, so I can't give a sermon. Can I give a sermon on a cosmetic principle of... Nope. Could I give a sermon on a value of law? There we go. Oh. There we go. On the value of law, I'm giving the sermon very well. Canine Flipper, thank you very much for that Prime subscription. Appreciate you greatly. 993. Be nice if the personality menu could be customized instead of just hitting the random button, you mean? Yeah, I don't disagree. You give a very well set spoken performance of a sermon. Also, how did this... Hold on a second. Chat room, how did this guy get up here? There is no way up there. Am I seeing things, or is there no way up here? How did... Did he climb? Are you stuck, sir? You do have 8 lovers and 2 children. And you're a legendary wrestler. Seems like an adequate reason to climb up there. Like a skill check. No, that's not what I want to do. This is what I want to do. Okay, let's just dismount. Grab or hold on. There's nothing to grab or hold on to. Nothing to grab onto. Okay, well, yeah, I have no idea. Maybe he just, like... Okay, hold on. Sprint. Yeah, I don't know. I genuinely have no idea how this guy got up here. Yeah, I'm not even going to test it. I don't want to fall in the water and drown. Huh. Well, I mean, best of luck with your future. You need to run in a straight line to sprint. Oh, does it need to be a direct straight line to sprint jump? Well, I'm not going to bother. This is the only place his kids won't find him. You know, we should leave him be. Oh, I should have said goodbye. Crap. I feel bad now. Oh, well, whatever. He enjoyed my sermon. There's another temple over there to the left. Scratch that. That's... Oh, wait. No, never mind. It's this. It's floor armor. You guys want to visit a second monastery, or should we keep heading south? Oh, did I say goodbye? Okay. Well, you are paying... You clearly have a higher observation score than me. He's probably wondering the same thing. True. Let's head south. So either we can go to a second temple or head south. I'm heading south to that little fortress in the valley, which is all the way down. I'm also waiting for an ad that just claimed it was about to pop to actually pop. So now the ad is popped. So I will wait for this ad to play. It is 8 p.m. Adventure mode is out. Sort of. It's in... sort of. Adventure mode is in beta. It's not feature complete. It is missing quite a number of things that I would say you probably want in Fortress mode. Or adventure mode, not Fortress mode, that's the wrong word. Things that you would probably want in adventure mode. So that's what I will say. But if you want to try it, it's available in the beta branch right now with all of the caveats of it's a beta, very, very much a beta in the development sense and not in the, like, marketing sense. I haven't read the entire blog post that Kid Fox put up, but they're saying it should be in for a couple of weeks. Whatever a couple of weeks. I would guess a month and a half. But whatever a couple of weeks means. But that sounds like a Tarn estimate, so who knows? So if anything, I would say that's plenty of time to finish the game that you are currently playing. Also, chat room, I just wanted to say that today on Twitch, we've had an average of 632 concurrent viewers, which I'm just bloody curious, so I'm going to just go back for like a year and a bit. That is the highest average view count I have had since... Woo! January 19th, 2023. So thank you. They will focus on bugs being reported on the beta. Yeah, no, I mean, that is very much what they are doing, is they're focusing on, like, fixing, like, bugs and issues that come up with this version. And probably also taking feedback on, like, changes in the way things look and whatnot. If I had to bet. How's the combat? Still adventure mode combat. If you're familiar with adventure mode combat, which means it's kind of like a weird amalgamation of VATS and it's like a VATS from Fallout if it was on some extraordinarily stupid drugs. Okay, so chat seems to want me to head south, so I think we're gonna head south down to this location, which is on a stream called The Wart of Terror. That seems lovely. I'm sure that is a lovely stream indeed. We have a drinking mound. Oh, this is the abandoned hillock, right? I've been here before. You can actually see the damages done to this area. It's interesting, like, when you see destroyed locations, because, like, the ground is all lopsided and topsy-turvy. I'm just going to save here. Would be a good option to ask about item from the quests. Item from the quests. Well, I mean, we don't have the quest log right now, which would... I'm really curious to see what they're trying to do with the quest log, because Tarn, 2 days ago in the press event thingy that they did on Discord for this, said that they are remaking the quest log, right? Like, previously it was just the journal, which was just a... It would give you, like, the location of the place that you acquired the quest, and then the... It would give you, like, the name of the thing that you needed to get for the quest, and then give you basically, like, a dotted line on how to get there. Tarn was saying he wants to integrate legends in there with that. So, I'm really curious to see what they end up doing with the quest log, because if anything, like, if they just had, like, a picture of the person's face that gave you the quest, their name, and their last known location, I think that would be very much. They use the martial art cassette dur yet. As somebody who doesn't really care about fan headcanon, I've never paid attention nor looked into it, to be completely honest with you. When I wrestle, I'm more of I grab you by tongue and throw you violently kind of person. All right, well, we're currently not hungry, so let's just move. But no, I've never really looked into the fan-created martial art for Dwarf Fortress. Not at all. Keyboard cursor in adventure mode. Nope. But I also haven't really felt the need to. I mean, considering keyboard control isn't 100% in right now. I mean, I don't know if Putnam is still here. Chat room, NME requested a round of beers, and you guys didn't post a round of beers. I'm offended on NME's behalf. But like the scroll wheels, as an example, are not movable. This is, okay, so this is I'm playing a playlist right now. This is a combination of the adventure mode soundtrack and the fortress mode soundtrack. So yes, this is official music. However, music just kind of plays one song and then stops. So I kind of stopped listening to them. What's up, Lanix? Why you, what's up? How thing? You good? You okay? You need help? There we go, we get beers. You posted beers? Yeah, you did. Hungry and thirsty? Let's just eat some food. Drink some water too. You can? Because you couldn't yesterday. All right, there you go. So I always used page up and page down to scroll. In older versions of the game. Fun fact. Can you build an adventure mode? No, that is apparently the most unfinished piece of UI currently, and I don't mind that it's not in right now, because it was one of the least developed features of older versions of adventure mode. It literally had no practical purpose. It was like you could build a location and that was kind of it. Okay, we are heading towards these elven retreats, basically. Thank you very much for the 39th month, Freeways. Appreciate you. But what's Lanix so excited about? Did something happen that I should be aware of? I don't know. I mean, I'll be completely honest with you, Leftover Pat. I do get some issues with repetitive strain. Granted, I stream for 12 hours often on pretty frequent instances. So maybe I'm a bad example case. I find it much more comfortable to go periodically from keyboard to mouse and back. Like for me, like having a combination of the two is always going to be the best option. So I very rarely go looking for pure keyboard options, unless it's a roguelike where that is the only control scheme it's designed around. Or a game that's only designed around keyboard control, which honestly I don't play very many of those these days. It was like basically just, it's like Jupiter Hell, I think is the only one that I really have left that I play entirely keyboard. I'm just gonna jump off real quick here. Pretty much in elf country now. Let's scroll up a little bit. The leaves. I'm just kind of curious about what kind of area we're in. You were able to previously. I'm not sure about right now. Eat the yak meat. Eat the flesh ball meat. Oh, am I out of water? Did my horse dive into the water? Did you dive into the... No, you didn't. Where'd my horse go? Horsey, excuse me. Okay, there you are. Just gonna go to the nearest river. Right here. Uh-oh. Chat, I'm getting attacked by a honey badger. Runs over. Oh, apparently I've got chainmail leggings in my hands. I'm going to put on my chainmail leggings real quick. I'm going to put away the meat, and then I'm going to... Interesting. I am dual-wielding sword and crossbow. That's actually kind of badass. I didn't think it would automatically do that. Let's see if I can just strike this badger in the... All right. Oh, I do have an opportunity attack. Can slap it with my sword, a direct hit. You slap the honey badger in the neck from behind with the flat of your iron short sword, which actually bruises the muscle. And now it's down, so I'm just going to slash it in the neck, and there it goes. Execution. I slashed it in the neck from behind with an iron short sword, and the severed parts sailed off in an arc. I'm then going to tell a story about a person or creature. Urist... Oh. I'm going to say me. I'm going to go back to here, and let's say, tell a story, person or creature. Kumail Abbey Queen, the pack mule. I tell a story about how this horse became my pet. The status of the horse Abbey Queen pack mule as the owner of the dwarf Urist Landwalk in the early summer of 301. And I conclude my performance. I feel enjoyment while performing, and the horse doesn't care, probably. Still a dabbling singer. Horse owns me, this is true. I'm also going to sing a song. Lanix needs to go interrogate an entire fort of dwarves to figure out how the hell they're all factionless. Wait, what? Like in adventure mode or in fortress mode? They probably got, like, a coup or something. Been playing for 11 hours, something like that, yeah? How is it? It's adventure mode, which is the easiest way to say it. I mean, it's a big open sandbox with a lot of freedom, but it's very much a beta. A lot of roleplay. Think about it like playing D&D by yourself. Enter the coda, and I conclude my performance. Enter the theme of the variations, you conclude your performance. I wonder if I was, like, trying to mimic the instrument instead of... Okay, let's, the river's this way. I'm going to disembark the pony with style by throwing myself off it by jumping off. I'm gonna go over to here, and I'm going to fill up my water skins. Where are my water skins? I'm going to interact with this. Fill it. Do I have another water skin on you? No, I don't. All right, well, that'll work. We're going to put the water skin back in my backpack. I'm going to drink water from below, beneath me. I'm also not thirsty. I don't need to mount the horse, but I'm going to remount the horse. And we're going to continue moving. Why is your dwarf telling stories to yourself? I have a question. I live alone, right? Do you ever just, like, find yourself thinking or talking to yourself or, like, muttering to yourself or trying to, like, work through things that you've been through in your life or thinking out loud, essentially? But that's how I would describe why this dwarf is telling stories to themselves. Because, like, well, they're alone. They're on an adventure alone. That's just them and their horse. So, yeah, I would think they would, you know, mutter and mumble to yourself. Hate poison! I, too, hate getting poisoned. It really sucks. Temple Black? Okay, that's my favorite new metal band. The Human Hamlet? I think that's probably where we're headed. If you want to try and avoid all the scary areas. This whole thing that we're in right now is Untamed Wilds. Actually, if I'm going to rest, I should rest right here because this whole area is... okay, we need to head east over to this tropical ocean because this center area is all Untamed Wilds. So if I have to sleep in there or if we get caught in there, that could kill me. I mean, I am quite literally talking to the horse in a lot of cases when I'm talking right now. And died to the wilderness. You don't need to bring booze for you in adventure mode. Ooh, I discovered a cave. Uh-oh, please don't crash. I crashed. So I did, in fact, get a crash on that screen. So that is a consistent crash when you're in the overworld. That sucks. How many sea levels deep do the oceans get? I have no idea. Good question. Because they get quite deep. Just like inverted mountains levels of deep. You died to something, but you don't know what. All you know is your dwarf was pissed. Is it possible you had some sort of infection? Because I had a death off stream yesterday where I was walking around and my dwarf just started vomiting occasionally and then randomly died. And it said that it died due to suffocation. And my only theory is that I got some sort of infection. Artichoke hearts can be foraged. I think that foraging is limited to season. Because in the spring, there's nothing available, right? Because in Fortress mode, stuff's just year-round seasonal. In Adventure mode, it's not. The problem is if you're amphibious, then you, shall I say, isn't bleeding out technically a form of suffocation? Not if you're not bleeding. Okay, so I didn't actually, that wasn't that long ago. It was before the honey badger, but that's about it. I'm trying to think what I can do tonight. Sounds like in-game alcohol poisoning? I mean, it's possible, but I did take a pretty major... I wasn't drinking alcohol. I did have some alcohol at that point, but what was happening was I was in a pretty big scuffle / fight before that happened, which caused me to start puking, or not puking, which caused me to get some pretty major lung damage, which gave me problems breathing. And then that stuff slowly developed. So my theory is it was some sort of infection. But, I mean, maybe. I did drink some alcohol. It was just a very, very, very small amount in game. By that, I mean 1 unit of alcohol. I've played at Rocket League for a solid 90 minutes, and I refunded it because I thought it was unpleasant to play. And my username is older than Rocket League by... Oh, gosh. When did Rocket League come out? Because my username started in 09. In the leg by a wolf. That seems unpleasant. Okay, I do have 1 water still. Let's eat some meat. Let's just go down to this river over here. 1982 with Tesla. Got it. Okay. See if I can fill up the... I can. Perfect. I love how I can drink the water that's covering my toe right now. Let's see if I've made it further this time. Okay, so this is where I got the crash, right? Yeah. We are hungry. How are we doing on meats? Yeah, it's okay. Kumail still has plenty of food. Thought you died to something that isn't even in the game yet? Wait, what? You really needed a drink. I mean, you may have died. That really... You know, here's the thing. If you look up the name of your adventurer in Legends, it might give you some more information on how they died. It might also just leave you with more questions, but... It's all wilderness. Okay, so we're just trying to follow this. And, well, this is the stretch of Untamed Wilds along here. So let's go up. Let's just barely cross this river right here. I don't think I can. Okay. I'm going to follow this along here until I can cross it somewhere. Then we're going to crash on the other side of the river right up here. And then we're going to head harsh south. Let's rest until dawn, which sounds like I'm talking about the PlayStation series. This first beta test, I wish it would crash less. So crash less out of 10. How's that? Any crashes is too many crashes. But I mean, it is adventure mode. I knew what I was getting into. I drink the water that is currently covering my upper body. The water that's covering my lower body. Water on my neck, the water on my head, the water on my arm, the water on my other arm, the water on my other arm, the water on my lower arm, the water on my hand, water on my leg. The water on... Okay, you know, let's just drink the water in my container because it's... The river is real close. It's not a huge deal. Let's just run this way and find another river. Oops, I ended up in a tree. Mung bean flowers, bitter melon flowers, strawberry plants. Can I? I can ignite them. That's not really my hope, but thinking, because I've seen dwarves eat strawberry plants, and I was like, I wonder. No. No. Sipping yourself dry. Naturally. Don't you do that? Isn't that a normal thing that people do, is sip yourself dry? Speaking of sipping, let's sip from this river, and then fill my water ski in. It's kind of odd that I can't mount my pet with the context-sensitive menu. Can you eat your horse if necessary? Not currently, because butchering is not in the game and you cannot eat corpses. Are you playing on a quantum computer? I guarantee you that your frame rate is exactly the same. You want to see my specs? Exclamation point specs. I love the memes of quantum computers just running things really well, because quantum computers would do a horrible job playing video games if people actually had them in the home. Also, do remember, if you are playing this, do save. Do save frequently and save often. Just, you will save yourself a lot of heartache, because this doesn't have any sort of saving in it currently. Like, use old game theory for this. Coming from YouTube, what's the objective in adventure mode? Whatever you want it to be. There is no strict adventure or goal in adventure mode. Blah, 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 blah. Words. So the goal is what you set for yourself. Currently, my goal is to get to a civilization that is completely destroyed, that's in the far southeast of the map, that died in the... Yeah, don't die. Stay alive and don't get maimed. There is a dwarven civilization that was that began to exist at the very beginning of World Gen and got destroyed by a necromancer tower. I'm adventuring down there to see if I can learn a little bit about the history of that civilization with this adventurer. The reason I save and quit instead of and then reload is because if you save and continue, it adds a new, basically permanent save location, which increases the size of the save file. And if you have like 10 plus of those, the saves can get like multi-gigabytes. I mean, that could be a goal, certainly. If you would like to, if you dream of achieving vampirism, you could go start rolling dice and pissing off gods. Can you build like a party caravan? Certainly. You can ask people to join you. You can also just start with multiple adventurers. It's just, I mean, the way I like to describe it, I don't even know how good of an example this is. We're heading to this human hamlet right now. The way I like to describe it is it's kind of like playing D&D with yourself without the annoyance of other humans. We eat that and then drink the water. Wash flowers. Mullet plants, permullet leaves. All land grass. Orange tree sapling. I just realized I need to inform my neighbors of something. Trading was functional in version 47. Sort of. But trading is currently disabled as the UI isn't ready. This is a beta as hell beta. Roll angry god die, yes. So there's certainly things right now that are not functional in this version or very awkward or crashy that were perfectly functional in older versions because this is a beta where they are looking to get as many testers as possible. Basically, we are volunteer QA right now. We're in the middle of Untamed Wilds, I think. Nope, we're into Calm. Sweet. Made it through the Untamed Wilds. There is a human hamlet down here. Let's see if they have a tavern. They do, would you look at that? It is called the Dell of Targeting. It's a dell. We're going to take a peek at this petrified wood statue. It's a statue of Mori, Crimson Secrets, on the human and humans in petrified wood. Mori is surrounded by the humans. The artwork relates to the election of Mori to the position of Sacred Crypt of the Creed of Ashes in the late summer of 278. Always religious figure elections, and goddamn, you must be rich now. Devilish. Lot's been on your side for a bit, it seems. Okay, it's right over here. I feel like I shouldn't ride my horse into here, so I'm just gonna get off of it outside. Apologies for that. Don't follow me in, it's fine. We have the Holy Consideration, a human child with gray hair. Looks older than me for once. A short human spearman, and a human crossbowman, and another child. Looks like there is a buckler down here. Fancy crystal. So taking these isn't stealing, by the way. If they don't have dollar signs, it just means it's something that somebody left here. Probably somebody got beaten up here and dropped their stuff. There's a cat leather backpack. It's an iron spear, a rope, some bronze bolts, which I'm going to take. I put the bronze bolts into Kumil. Oh, neat. The more stuff you put on your pack animal, the bigger their pack gets. I'm going to assume that you're in an ad, Kalidor, so I'll answer this question this way. If you're not, you'll hear me say yes, but yes, I could. A short human spearman is telling jokes current, or is complimenting somebody. Maybe me? Nope, not me. I am going to, however, perform music. I'm going to sing The Birth of the Line. I begin the musical composition, The Birth of Line, and various other people are talking. The short human spearman says to the short human crossbowman, "The poem of affection is not at war with us, but there is ill will between our peoples. The trouble started because of dispute over the treatment of plants." It must be with elves. "This singer is middling," says the short human spearman. "This singer could be better," says the short human spearman. The short human spearman is very judgmental about me. They think I'm middling and could be better, but I enter the theme. Could be better. I apparently got better partway through the song, and now they're saying that I am okay. Now they've decided that I'm good, but at the very end they decided that I could be better. I'm gonna start a conversation with the human crossbowman. I'm gonna greet the listener, and I say, "Hello, I'm Urist Landwalk," and they say, "Hello, I'm Cad, held buttoned. Is it time to make music?" Because I was singing. I'm gonna ask how the listener is feeling, and they say, "I saw you perform The Birth of Line. It's interesting." I'm going to tell a joke. I say, "And the forgotten beasts in the giant Kia stole his bones!" And they think I'm funny. That's good. Let's ask if they want to join me. Or to guide me to join me as an entertainer. Join my musical performance troupe. And join me on adventures. Oh, they don't want to. My band is too large already. Me and my horse. Oh, okay. You don't want to share loot with me and my horse? Well, fine. Instead, I will comment on the weather. Looks like rain outside. Anyway, TTFN. Ta-ta for now. Speak with the holy consideration, this guy. "I am Osam Dumyels. Imus spoke to Ostri Clearsend. Is it cleared deemed? Is it time to make music?" They were talking to somebody about me, I guess. I'm gonna ask about the local ruler. "The coalition of gold rules perched fence. Asa Shipswallow is lady." Chat, I figured out why Dwarf Fortress doesn't have boats. Is there an estimate? Well, the beta is available right now, Maxi, if you would like to play it. But the estimate that they posted in the blog was, or that Kit Fox posted was a couple of weeks, but who knows? Found a slab of life and death and you don't know what to do with it. If you have skills in reading, you can read it. Otherwise, there's nothing you can do with it aside from maybe throw it at somebody. Has Asa got to them first? Yeah, clearly. She swallowed the boats, chat. I'm going to continue the conversation with this person. I'm going to ask how strong the group's hold is over the lands. And they say they don't feel challenged at all. It's almost always the case until the great fortresses fall. We'll change the subject. They are neutral towards me. I am going to express my emotions, my enjoyment while performing. And they say a force of evil has arisen in the world. Alley Brush is in the Hill of Tone. Seek this place if you hunt Rallin, Prairie Skunk, the Sly the Troll. The Sly the Troll. So there is a night troll about in these regions. I will ask them for directions. The Holy Consideration states that it is half a day's travel to the south, and you receive a detailed description. In 60, the incinerated councils embraced the Union. The incinerated councils of the embraced Union founded Trimorgan. Interesting. Okay. When some abandoned location is there is a night troll. I'm gonna ask about services, and they say, I don't work here. Oh, okay, fine. Nobody does. Nobody ever works here when I need drinks. I'm gonna ask how the listener's feeling. Got into an argument with Asa Shipswallow. Wait, hold on. Got into an argument with the person I was just speaking with? You were very satisfied. Did you win the argument, I guess? I mean, if you like arguing, then. Actually, let's ask for permission to rest for a day. Be terrible to let anybody fend for themselves after sunset. I'm gonna state my values of the law. I always respect the law, and they say, I cannot fully agree on a slight technicality, but you are so clever that I concede. I'm going to deride their flattery. And they say, a creature of the night has our people cowering in fear. Fatalbury, the jungle of whipping. Seek this place if you hunt Zimrish Tunnel Deaths, the Hag of Shadow. Vile fiend murdered Dang Doomspite. I mean, Dang probably deserved it, but where is it? It's half a day's travel to the northeast. Got it. Well, just asking for future conciseness. I will say goodbye because they are impatient with me. And then I will move over here into the corner and I will begin singing. Actually, let's tell a story about a region. And a story about the Ageless Hill. Oh, I don't know anything specific. God damn it. It should only let me have them if I know something specific. Let's recite a poem. The Royal Hopes and Toad. It's about Mario. Dwarf Fortress generates unique lore for every single world, right? So when you generate your world, you get unique lore for that world. And that's the lore that you get to play with. You can read the lore in Legends mode, which is another mode that you have the option to interact with while starting up the game. Okay, let's just see if I can find some food in here. Possible. All right, well, I think, chat, I hate to do this, but I know this might sound crazy, but I've been streaming for a bit of a long time. It's, almost 13 hours. You've never wanted anything more. You know, I couldn't agree more. Winch. Chat room, it is 8:43, which means I will be turning my stream back on in 12 hours, approximately. I think now is a very good spot and time for us to say goodnight for the evening. It's always really hard for me to end my stream on days like this when there's such a massive audience of people watching. But I will be back tomorrow at 9 a.m. Pacific. So don't just run off because we are going to raid somebody playing Dwarfs. Sound good? Does that work for you guys? Thumbs up? If so, I have a question. Have you guys been enjoying this particular adventure? Because there's something that I kind of want to put off. I want to put off your first tutorial Let's Play, which is the thing that I did with Weather Mountains that did quite well for Fortress mode. I think I'm just going to stick to quick tutorials until then. Chat has said that they would like a tutorial on melting ice. So I'm going to record that tonight. I'm also going to record a DF News video talking about my impressions, as well as the, release of this build of Adventure Mode, basically. And, basically Kit Fox's notices. So I'm going to make those two videos. But how have you guys been enjoying this adventure so far? I think this one has been quite entertaining, personally.